Hi, we're Team Animeishness. I'm Aeris-Blue.
I'm Yakamasa Gimudimazlu.
Yako.
And I'm Div.
And today we're doing our very first ever Shipping Wars with Bruce Banner and Natasha Romanoff. Do they work? We're gonna talk about it and see what we end up with. Div, you wanna go first?
It's so bad. It's so much. They just don't go together. It's like oil and vinegar. It just, no. I don't know why I have such an adverse reaction to this couple.
I think it's because you were very heavily shipping Hawkeye and Natasha, weren't you?
Yeah. And then he turned out to be married, and I was like,
I'll go ahead and go next since you've been doing all of these on your own lately, and I'll give you a chance to think it through.
Oh, okay.
Because I understand that some people need more time to think about what they're gonna say.
Do I need to go next?
No, I got it now.
Okay.
So whenever we were all watching Age of Ultron together, but whenever I first got the whole reveal of what Barton has a family and it's not with Natasha? What? I was also thrown for a loop by that, and whereas some people are more offended by, what, Barton had a family? That came out of nowhere. I thought that was fair because, like you said, it was kept off of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s records, and I thought the explanation was good enough, and I liked the dynamic, and I liked the extra dimension it added to his character since we got so little of it in the first Avengers movie. But to move on to the actual shipping question, I didn't particularly ship him with Natasha. I just assumed that those two were together. I don't like the Natasha and Bruce pairing because I can't feel any chemistry there. And throughout the movie it seems like Natasha's, you like me, right? You like me, right? You like me, right? And Bruce is like, whoa. He's like with the rest of the audience, when did this happen? What?
It really just kind of came out of nowhere.
And from one angle I can understand, but I don't like it. Because I feel like with her line that she's talking about, all of my friends are fighters, and I know, and this one guy is the person who's always running away from the fight because he knows he'll win. Nice dialogue, by the way. But I can see where she's like, this is the first time I've met someone who's not obsessed with fighting or who isn't absorbed by the idea of having to fulfill a mission or to kill somebody. He just wants to be left in peace. He just wants to be normal and have a normal life, and that's something she's never gotten to experience for herself. It was taken away from her very early on. So in that regard, I can see why she is fascinated by Banner, interested in him, and wants to be close to him, but I don't think they work as a pairing.
What I think about let me scratch my face a few dozen more times. What I think about the pairing is, I think it was meant as a mechanic to develop Natasha's character since she hadn't really gotten any. This was a chance to put her against a type of character she wouldn't normally be with and see how they work together. As Captain America points out, I've seen her flirt up close, this isn't it. I liked the exploration of her character that we got from this. As far as those two actually being in a relationship, I don't feel it would last very long, and I think the deleted scene kind of sort of puts it all together by the fact of Banner's not going to forget about the dead, Natasha doesn't care they're dead, there's no reason to care about them. And that's, I feel like, is their main difference, why they don't quite work. However, as displayed in the movie, I actually like them together. I like the chemistry they present together, Scarlett Johansson and Mark Ruffalo. I think they play off of each other very well. Div is staring daggers at me. I think they play off of each other very well, and I like the moments that they have together because these are two characters in the Marvel Universe that really haven't been developed at all. And putting them together to try to speed through and get some development for both of them, I think works as far as movie elements go.
Cop-out.
I don't think it's a cop-out. I think they were like, so how are we going to develop these characters in a more human, relatable way?
So they stuck the two most underdeveloped characters together.
I believe Barton is the most underdeveloped out of all of the Avengers before this movie.
Okay, but still, it it came out of nowhere, and that's what I think threw me off the most. It's just like the first Avengers movie, nothing.
What people seem to forget, though, is we've had like a year in between the first movie and the second movie, like as far as actual story-wise goes. This is a year that we didn't get to watch what all the Avengers were doing.
It's still out of nowhere.
I see what you're both saying. I agree with both of you. I wish that we had had something else, even if it were just a comment in passing, about something that had happened to initially make her have a stronger interest in him.
Like in Winter Soldier, she could have mentioned Banner, just some little offhanded line, something. But
just to know that she's thinking about him or something. And, yeah, I also agree, there's been a time span in between. But because we didn't see that, I felt that there should have been some more of a lead up into why that was a potential relationship.
Instead of just flirting out of nowhere.
Well, isn't that how most relationships start? Isn't it just flirting out of nowhere?
I don't know.
We're so spoiled by anime with the gradual development of, oh, I think he's so cute, but will he like me? I don't know. Instead of what the American comic book series does, where a character just straight up goes up to him and starts flirting. If sparks hit, then, well, it'll develop.
The sparks didn't hit, though.
The sparks didn't.
No, they all went right over.
And I don't know whether it was a writing thing or an actor thing, but I can't see chemistry between them at all. Like, if they turned out to be really cute together, or I liked the interaction, it'd be okay. But I almost felt like I would, and maybe it was also meant to show you from Bruce's perspective, I don't know, but I felt so awkward watching them together.
Mm-hmm.
And that's part of what made it so weird for me and so uncomfortable to me. Because like I said, I feel like Bruce is totally confused and baffled by this. And again, if that's the intention, fantastic job. But I'm sitting there like, what are you doing? You're making this really weird. Stop it. And that's why it doesn't work out for me.
I want to bring up the very last scene between Banner and Natasha that we have in the movie. This is after Natasha's gone missing, and there's been a little bit of time to worry about if she's coming back or not. He goes down to the cells, and he's different. He does have a more energized, well, let's do this. Let's do something crazy. Let's do something wild. Let's go together. Let's disappear. Let's do it. Let's just get away from everything. And that's when Natasha realizes that it just doesn't work. She'll always need the other guy, and Banner will always run from the other guy.
Fair enough.
So overall, it sounds like we're saying this does not work. As much as there are evidence for and against the idea of these two being a pairing, it doesn't work.
I can't see it. I feel like with Bruce's personality, he would want someone in a relationship who he could take care of, and he doesn't feel like he can help anyone in his current situation.
Mm-hmm.
And Natasha's such a very independent person, and I don't know if she knows what she wants.
Yeah.
I don't think either of them are ready for a relationship, let alone with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
One of the big arguments for why this doesn't work is in the comic books, Banner's pretty much Betty Ross or nothing. I don't care. I liked that they took the chance to put two characters together that don't really go together. They don't ship well, but it's still nice to see characters interact that wouldn't normally, which is something we complained that was missing from the first movie.
Mm-hmm. So for explorative purposes and for developing their characters, I think it was an alright decision.
Mm-hmm.
So, does that pretty much wrap it up for us?
Yeah, you guys can go to sleep now. I'll stop
All right.
holding you hostage.
Leave us a few comments. Tell us what you thought of the pairing and what your arguments were. We'll try and get back to you, respond on those. We have a Tumblr page now, and we can throw the link into the summary box. And keep following us on Facebook, or start following us on Facebook if you are not.
Well,
and
friend us on Facebook. We don't have a business page.
Friend us. Be our friends. And we'll see you in the next video.
Later.
See ya.